Hello everyone, so today we are putting some new parts on my Tamiya TT-02. As you can see, I have a new spur gear and 4 new pinion gears, hardened steel this time, instead of this horrible monkey metal type material that weighs absolutely nothing. There should be around 3 videos out today, guys. So the main video that is coming out today that I am hoping to be good is hopefully to do with the WPL, but also I have this, which I've literally just built today. I had a thought about it last night and I've just built it. So this is a Tamiya TT-02 torque tuned MN82. So I managed to fit it in. Don't ask how. It was a long process. I will do a build video somehow, well, soon. So yeah, I'm probably gonna cut to me when I've taken off this motor mount, because I need to get all my tools and stuff organised for this build. So yeah, I will see you when that is done. Right then, guys, so I have taken the cover off and I have undone these bottom screws. If you do get this Chinese adjustable motor mount, do not put these screws in. I advise against it highly. They strip so easily. I've just spent the last 10 minutes undoing every one of those that's under, well, the 2 that's underneath. It was such a pain, but look at all the aluminium flakes in here from where the old spurs shredded the pinion. So I'm going to probably cut to a time lapse of me taking apart the rear diff. I will add some non-copyright music, obviously, and I will see you guys. I will see you guys when I have done that. So you will probably have time lapse starting now.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is...
See, as you just saw then, I have another stripped screw, so my best bet would probably be to try and knock a bigger bit into it and then try and turn it out like that, which has worked. I really don't recommend putting these cheap Chinese screws in, guys. Just use the stock Tamiya ones, which I will be putting straight back into this car wherever the screws strip. Let's continue with the time lapse.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing
Right then, guys, so now that you have got to this step, what you are going to want to do is take off your differential case and take note of what side this diff wheel is on, because if you put this diff wheel back into the differential this way around, your back end will be going backwards and your front end will be going in front wheel drive, obviously, be going forwards. I do believe I did just drop a bearing, so I will have to look for that. Yep, I have found it. So the next step after doing this is taking apart the old. So remember, this differential wheel came from the right side of the differential housing. Right, guys, sorry about that random cut. As I mentioned, because of the heat wave, my phone did get a temperature warning, so I will need to probably keep an eye on that. So if you see me feeling around the camera area, I'm just checking the temperature on my phone. Right, as I said, use this when you've took it apart. Remember, on the Tamiya TT-02, the diff wheel goes on the right side. Okay, place that where you know where it is. After that, you want to lift up your spur gear, take off this gear, place it in the tub, take off the bearing, place that in the tub, and also I use a copper shim because these cheap Chinese spurs have a lot of play and it's really not good. So then what you want to do, lift up the thing. It may have quite a bit of resistance on these metal drive shafts. Lift up that and the old spur gear should come off. As you can see, this spur gear is worn down quite a bit, and that would probably be my cause of the stripped pinioning gears. So what you want to do as well after that is make sure you get something magnetic and grab that pin, put the pin in there, keep your bearing, put your bearing in there, and these go together. Okay, I believe you also do get a new pin, so let's have a look. Let's open up this new spur gear. So let's see what we get. If you see muck under my nails, guys, I was just building the mudding track and also grease from differentials and stuff like that. Yes, so you get a new pin and hardware with this spur gear. So let's open the actual main spur gear itself and have a look. Make sure there is no damage to it or anything like that, no chips. Right, so yeah, as you can see, this spur gear is the new one, and look at the old one compared to it. They don't even come close in like gear, like, you know, thingy depth. So you can put those with your old spur gear. Make sure keep that. Then what you want to do, open this one. So this bag has your hardware and everything else that you need. So let's put that there. What you want to do, get your new spur gear, place this metal piece on a section of the spur gear that you would like. So for instance, let's say, I believe it goes, we could put it there and make sure those holes line up. Then what you want to do is get a screw and, in fact no, you don't. What you do is you go through the other side. I believe this is a different spur to what I got last time, actually. Now I see it. It's a very different spur gear. Right, anyway, I believe we go through this side. Right, so I do need my screwdriver here. So this is a fiddly bit. Okay. So if this works, I believe this is how you do this one. Yeah, so that's how you do these ones. So you screw it in through the other side. Whereas on my other spur gear, I will show you in a second. Make sure all of your thread holes are lined up nicely, which they all are, as you can see. Whereas with this one, well, no, it's similar, but this one came with hex, not hex, Phillips hardware, and this one came with hex. So that's good. Then what you want to do is you want to repeat that same step for every other one. You realistically want to be adding Loctite. I haven't got any at the moment, so that's quite bad, but I can come back and add it in the future. So screw these in. As you can see, it's going in there, and that should tighten up nicely and do it on the other two corners. There we go, it's starting to grab. Be careful when you're doing this as well, guys. So if you are quite young, ask a parent to help you, as these spur gears are really sharp when they are new. Just be aware of that. I remember when I first put this one into this car, it was so sharp, it actually cut my finger. So just be careful of that. Right, so that's tightened up. Next thing that you want to do is you want to put a bearing back on here. Then you want to put your, sorry, 1 second guys. Then you want to put your pin, no, sorry, wrong way. Then you want to put your new metal piece in, like that. Then you want to get your pin and slide your pin in there, and then slot your spur gear. Make sure your pin doesn't go flying. Then all you need to do is, there's a slot on the spur gear, as you can see. Slot that slot onto the pin, make sure it seats properly, and it should slot right in. Then what you need to do, lift up that. It will eventually grab, I believe it should do. In fact, I might, yeah. So I have to take off the what you call it, the spur gear to put that on. Then put the pin onto it. This bit can be quite fiddly. It is so hot in the UK today. Okay, I've dropped it again. Like I said, this bit can be quite fiddly, so right, there we go. The pin is in. Then lift up this just enough so I can get the spur gear on, and slot the pin on. Then I need to drop it back in like that. That should be all seated in there. Then what I want to do is get my bushing again, push that on there, grab that, slide that on there. Right guys, there is something not lining up, and I can't figure out what it is. I believe, yeah, so I have probably installed the spur gear wrong. It could also, yeah, I think I've installed the spur gear wrong. So let me cut back to you guys when I have done this and flipped it round and see if it fits. If it doesn't, I will use this mounting system on this spur gear. It's not that bad. So yeah, I will cut back when I have done that.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns.
Right then guys, I've got to be quick because my phone is going to overheat. Oh, it was so stressful. Right, it turns out I put the blue piece on back to front. Also, there is still a lot of play in this spur gear if you just use a bearing, as I will show you. So this is with all the bearings seated, and look at that. That is how much play you get. So if you take a little copper shim, slide it on, slide that on, make sure it is all seated correctly. Like that, and now look, nothing. Then just slap that on, the little gear, and my pins just come out of my spur gear. So I've got to do it all over again. As you can tell, I'm kind of losing hope with this car, guys. It's been an ongoing thing for the last month and a half, and realistically, it's making me think. It's making me wish I'd never brushless swapped it. I'll be honest. But guys, don't get down when you're doing your RC stuff, because it just makes you in a worse mindset when it comes to doing other stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna skip back to it being all built up and stuff, and I will show you the opinion, and then I will show you it. I'll try to show you it revving. It will only be rear wheel drive. Well, it'll look like it's only rear wheel drive, and the pins just fell out again. I'm sure. Yeah, it did. Right, I'll sort it out, and then I'll be back, guys. Then guys, so I skipped a few steps. I got the car put back together. This might be a disastrous run. It might also be a win run. So is that just spinning tyres? That's just spinning all 4 tyres. Oh my god. For some reason it looks like I'm getting power to one wheel more than the other. As I can tell by one wheel's ballooning and the other end's not. What's that front wheel there? That one's ballooning more. But I do believe it is because if I look under here, I did actually have to wedge my arm with a piece of rubber, just for now. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, share with friends, turn on notifications, and stick around for the next one. Bye.